Let me now welcome on board Dalip Sehgal, the ED and CEO at Nexus Select Trust, joining in on the show right now. Dalip, hi, afternoon. Welcome to ET now. Just looking at your performance right now, your operating income is slightly pressured on a sequential basis. Tell us what is causing this pressure, because you've guided for a 9% growth in NOI for FY25. So would you say that this guidance is, somehow a cautious one?
Afternoon, and thanks for having me. Let me quickly give you a set of numbers. For the full year, our profit growth, NOI, which is net operating income, grew 16%. And for quarter four, it grew at 13%. It's also because, our business has some amount of seasonality. Quarter three typically is the best for us. So to that extent, yes. But the fact is that we've more than exceeded our projection and guidance. We had said 8.5%, 9%. We've ended the year at 16%. Our consumption growth, which also we had projected at around 9%, we ended at 13%. The first time after a long time, footfalls have gone up, which is a very good sign for the mall business and for retail in general. After FY23, when there was no growth in footfalls, this year there's been a 7% growth. Our tenant sales have been the highest ever at 12,000 crores. Leasing is almost 98%. So if you look at all the parameters, I think we have not just met, but we have exceeded all the projections. As far as the guidance or projections for FY25 are concerned, which is a 9% growth in NOI, I think that is certainly achievable. And I don't see any particular problem over there.
Reading a lot of these reports talking about the concept of ghost malls, how there has been less footfall across various cities, right from Delhi, Kolkata, and a lot of tier 1 towns as well. Is that something that is impacting footfalls, occupancy, or the leasing negotiations for the coming year?
So I think you have to understand that there are three categories of malls. There are A grade, which are essentially the kind of malls that we operate and some of the larger guys operate. Those are about 100 odd in this country, in the whole country. In a city like Singapore or New York, each of them would have 100 malls of this category. These are really good malls, well built, well maintained. Then there are the B grade malls, which are basically strata sold. Strata sold is when the developer has sold part of the inventory in terms of leasable area. And those are difficult to manage, and typically those are not the ones that do extremely well. And then there are the C-grade malls, which is what you're referring to. Those C-grade malls are essentially the ones which have been, over the years neglected, not invested enough. And over a period of time, clearly, I don't think they're going to be revived. They will probably need to be repurposed because, they are in a situation where, quite honestly, nobody would be able to revive them. So I think C grade is something, or ghost malls as you're calling it, or the report calls it. I think are malls which have over a period of time decayed and will have to be, like I said, owners will have to think what they want to do with that land.
So give us some color on, where is it that you have your largest presence right now, and where, or rather which cities are you looking at expanding more in?
Fair question. I think our presence is now spread across 14 cities. We are in metros and non-metros both. If you take Bangalore as a city, we have 3 malls. Hyderabad, we have 1. And as we have just declared, we are acquiring another 3. And hopefully, once the government approvals come in, that should happen soon. So that will take the tally to 4, all going well in Hyderabad. Pune, we have 2. So in most of the larger cities, we have a fair presence. We also have a very strong presence in tier 2. So one of our best performing malls is in Bhubaneswar in Orissa. It is out of the 18 that we have. This is probably one of the best performing malls. Another mall that we bought a while ago, Forum in Bangalore. Yeah, it was a mall that had 65% leasing. Today we are at 92%. We've got H&M, we've got Starbucks, we've got all the best brands going in there. And it's a complete turnaround. So I think our strategy in terms of acquisition is to make sure that we are buying A-grade malls. We're buying it from people whose core business is not the mall business. Most of them have either 1 or 2 malls, and really don't have the bandwidth to be able to either scale them up or to manage them well. What we really do is buy them, invest in them in terms of upgrading the asset, invest in marketing to get better quality and more footfalls, bring in the best of the best brands given a size and scale. We are 10 million square feet, we can get the best of the best brands to come in. And that is essentially the business model that we have.
Sorry, Dilip, to interject. There are numbers coming in which we have to address, so we'll have to cut our conversation short. Thanks so much for making time and speaking with us.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.